What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quentin Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with Mason Plumlee agreeing to a 3-year, $41 million contract with the Nuggets. You seen the trade with Yusuf Nurkic. We all said, wow, they traded Nurkic because he can post up, he can score the basketball, he can shoot free throws at a decent clip. He's a terror rebounding, and he's a solid defender, and he is athletic. So we're saying, that's crazy that they traded Yusuf Nurkic because he couldn't really fit with Jokic, and they didn't really try it that long. But now that he's gone, they end up getting a center that they actually was able to get on a good contract. It's around $13-14 million, $14 million a year, and you're getting a solid center that can play with Jokic because he's more of an athletic guy. Jokic is a passer. You can see him play in the low post, to kick out the shooters like Jamal Murray, like Garrett Harris, like Jameer Nelson, and he can always do low passing and passing, dump off to a guy like Plumlee because he's athletic, he's mobile, he can catch alley-oops, and the guy can clear and cover a lot of space. So that's another good thing, but he doesn't need the ball. Yusuf Nurkic is a guy that is not really a perimeter scorer. He's not a guy that he's more of a low post bang and pick and roll player, and that's the same thing that Jokic wants to do, is post up a little bit and do some pick and roll every once in a while. Plumlee is a guy that doesn't need the ball. He doesn't ask for the ball. He doesn't do anything but play with effort and energy. He gets a lot of hustle points by crashing the boards, getting alley-oops, getting dunks, getting out and running, screening, running right to the paint. And that can work with Jokic because he's a guy that's always active, and he's a guy just like Roy Hibbert, who was on the team, that you can use to put his hands up and do verticality or contest shots. He's not a shot blocker. He's not a rim protector at this point, but he's still a solid center, and he's still young. And you know you have a quality backup center if Jokic does get injured, or if he gets sick or something and he misses a game. You have a center that can still come in and give you valuable minutes, and he can score when he needs to. He's not a post-up guy. He's not going to shoot a high percentage. He's not going to make a lot of free throws, but he makes that up with energy and effort. So I like him staying because they do need Pacific players to fit with this roster, because now they getting more space. Now they getting more shooters. They got rid of Gallinari, and now they going even more younger. So they need somebody around that age. Mason Plumlee only 27, and they do need a guy that can fit and give you some size and some length at the center position if you want to play on with Jokic, which they couldn't really do with Nurkic. So, and besides, they don't really have any other centers on the roster anyway. Roy Hibbert, he's not on the roster. He was last on the roster, but he's not on the roster now. And after Jokic, they don't really have any more centers in general. So if he did go down, they don't really have anybody to take his place. The second tallest person is Trey Lyles, but he's not really the athletic player and the super defensive or can rebound and crash boards like Plumlee is. And he's on a rookie contract, so you can afford to keep Plumlee on a solid contract. And Trey Lyles is a guy that they probably just renting and trying out. So other than that, they don't really have nobody over 6'10" besides Jokic. I mean, Jokic is 6'10", but other than Jokic and Trey Lyles, they don't really have nobody 6'10" or higher, and that's where Plumlee can come in. Plus, you can slide Jokic to the power forward because he's a guy that can. He's a good athlete, and he's a solid player, and he's a good offensive player, and you can play with him in the post and play and become a point center. So he has a lot of uses. You can throw him at center, and you can just have a big body to sub in when he needs rest. So you're paying $14 million for a guy that might start, might not start, might just be a backup center. But we done seen Roy Hibbert get that type of money too from LA. We done seen Timothy Mozgov, who played for Denver, get the similar type of money in LA. So you're going to have to pay for size. You're going to have to pay for the centers. Even if they're like Mason Plumlee and Mozgov, I think Mozgov is a talented center because he can post up and he can shoot the jumper, and he a decent free throw shooter. I'd rather have Mozgov than Mason Plumlee, but Plumlee is younger and he hasn't been injured so far with a major injury like Mozgov, and Mozgov has started to become a shell of himself. So after getting rid of Costa and getting rid of Mozgov and getting rid of Nurkic, they finally found a center that can play with. They finally found a building block too with Jokic, and now they finally found a center that can play with them and can sub in because they don't have any more big bodies after him. So I would try to get another center just in case you do have an injury. You still have another backup center for Plumlee, or find another center that's versatile because you do have Paul Millsap, and you're probably going to play Millsap and Jokic together, or you probably can slide Millsap to the 3 and play Miles, Jokic, and Millsap and go big. And even though I don't think the spacing will work and the shooting will work, you can still go big and you still have some size and some athleticism, and that's a lineup that can work against teams like the San Antonio Spurs that can go big too. So you will need that in the West because there's a lot of trees in the West and there's a lot of good power forwards. So let me know if you guys think it's a good deal, especially the Denver fans. Do you think giving them $13–14 million a year is worth it for a backup center, or a center that really can't score or stretch out the floor? Or do you think like, hey, we had to get what we can get? He's the only 6'11" player on the team, which is true. So comment, like, subscribe, and share. Check out my website, NoxusPlayground.com. The link will be in the description in the comment section below. Also, check out my Facebook page at NoxusPlayground.com. The link will be in the comment section in the description. All you gotta do is click the link to the website that sends you to the website. Click the link in the comment section below the description, and then send you to the Facebook page. All you gotta do is like the Facebook page to show support. That's all I'm asking you guys to do. Quinn Wade Basketball Noxus signing out, and let me know what you guys think about them signing and keeping Mason Plumlee.